Hi! Hi everyone! Hello! Happy week 3 everyone! Welcome to the Alice from Wonderland Q&A video. I'm very excited. There's a lot more questions than I thought there was going to be. So thank you so much for all the support and attention. I really appreciate it. It's crazy how far we've come in such a short amount of time. Really. We just hit, as of recording this, 2,300 subscribers. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. It really means a lot. So thank you so much. I'm sorry if my mic sounds different. It definitely does. It sounds a little different from what you're used to so far. And that's because I'm now using a proper microphone as opposed to my Oculus headset mic. So my voice is going to sound a little different now. I honestly couldn't tell you why it feels so different, but it does. So if you notice it, I apologize. If you don't, then ignore me. I'm talking crazy. So before we get started, this is the Hotel model that I've been referencing when saying I'm going to be using a Hotel model when using Live 2D, because I do not have a way to properly fit for this. And also, I know there are customizable models, which I'll likely get one in the future for this channel, but I'm broke, so I'm using this one because it's free and it's really pretty and it's really well done too. I really like this model. It's really well done. Mostly my mouse isn't tracking that great right now. I don't know why that is, and I apologize. Oh no, it seems to be okay. It seems to be okay. When I'm looking dead on, it's a little bizarre. But welcome to the official Q&A episode of Alice from Wonderland. Thank you everyone who submitted questions. There's a lot more than I thought there was going to be honest. A way more questions than I expected. So it took some time to go through them all and pick which ones I was gonna answer. I have a lot written down, but I'm not gonna get to all of them. I know. I have them kind of on a priority list. So if I decide that the video is going on too long or my throat starts hurting, then I'll cut it. And I apologize if I don't get to a question that you asked. But I did see it, most likely anyway. And I do appreciate all the questions that were thrown out. And if I don't get to your question here, I apologize. Do not take it personally, please. And let's get started. We're already a few minutes into this video. That's crazy. As a VTuber adjacent entity, what is your favorite VTuber? I don't have a single answer for this. I have two Oshis, I guess you could say. I have two Oshis, you could say. I know some people are like, no, you can only have one Oshi. I don't subscribe to that because I have two Oshis and you're gonna deal with it. The both being Apricot and Amelie. Both were in VShojo before it turned to no shoujo. But I grew up listening to Amelie's music, and I've always adored all the music she made. And then as I was getting to VTubers, I started slowly watching more and more of Apricot's streams. And eventually, when Amelie announced that she was becoming a VTuber, I got super excited. I was super happy for her, and frankly myself as well, because I really liked her music, and I was really excited to see what she would do. And she's remained one of my favorite VTubers to this day, alongside Apricot. What made you decide to post your Yap session? It was actually pretty sudden, honestly. I'd been sitting on the idea of making this channel for a while, because as I've said before, this channel is an experiment. And I'd been sitting on the idea of it for a few weeks at this point. And I had decided to just say, you know what, fuck it. And I just kind of went for it, right? I just uploaded it. I didn't have any expectations, and you guys completely blew them out of the water. Any small expectations I had, gone. You guys, out of the water. But there was no proper, push for it, if that makes sense. It was just a I'm not doing anything at the moment. I might as well try. I might as well try this out. Worst case scenario, nothing comes from it, and I move on. Hello, Alice. Congratulations on 1K and probably 2K by the time of the Q&A. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself and the process. I am. Thank you for asking. Or thank you for wishing. I don't know. For my question, I was wondering if there's anything you're really looking forward to, whether it's doing something or just seeing it in the future or in the next couple of weeks or months. Looking forward to the Q&A. Have a good week. There's a couple things I'm really looking forward to, but I'm really looking forward to doing live streams on this channel, or more accurately on the Twitch of this channel first, before I multi-stream, just because I'm shy and plethora things I explained in the last video. But I'm really looking forward to live streams and Halloween during this channel. I'm really excited for Halloween as well. Halloween's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. I don't have a great answer for this, and I'm sorry, but hopefully this suffices. The next question is, how are you so cool? I don't know where you're getting your definition of cool from necessarily. I don't know what about my videos makes you think that I'm cool, but I appreciate the sentiment. Really. Mwah. Thank you. What genre of music do you like? I don't have an exact answer for this. I like all music. If it sounds good, I like it. I can answer with the genre of music that I don't like, and that's most modern rap and most modern country music. I enjoy old school rap and old country music, less country music, but I don't have necessarily a thing of, oh, I like this genre and this genre. Though I guess I could say probably one of my favorites is rock. I do really enjoy rock music, but I enjoy like all music, right? I don't have one exact answer, and I apologize. Do you like RPGs? If you do, which RPG is your favorite? This is a pretty easy answer actually, for me. Persona 3. Persona 3 is one of my favorite games and stories of all time. I really enjoyed it. All the characters, the story, the music. Reload was amazing. Portable was really fun. Fest was really fun. I need to finish episode I guess, honestly. I never got around to doing that. But Persona 3 Reload, I would say, is my personal favorite JRPG. Or, I guess, the question was RPGs in general, actually, not even just JRPG. My brain just associated it with JRPGs. RPG can be thrown into pretty much almost any game, honestly. RPG can be thrown onto pretty much almost any game because the definition of role-playing game is so broad. I'm just gonna throw the answer of Persona 3 Reload. However, if Cyberpunk counts as an RPG, which I'm sure it does, then that's my favorite RPG because I love Cyberpunk 2077. Will they try to beat Path of Pain, or are you gonna steer clear of it for Hollow Knight? I don't know much about Hollow Knight itself. All that I know comes from a friend who is really obsessed with Hollow Knight as a series. But I do plan on, at the very least, attempting it. From what I've heard, it is a nightmare. And I asked him about what is Path of Pain specifically. It doesn't sound worth it to do in the slightest. However, I will, at my very best, try Path of Pain. But I have no promises if I'll complete it. But when I play Hollow Knight on the channel, I will be attempting it because I do want to go for as much of the game as possible. Next question. Can we keep the mouse on screen? Is this a fucking joke to you? No. Moving on. Favorite shows? No limit on amounts. Like the titles. Also, maybe why you like them if you want to explain. It depends on what we're talking about shows. I will not include anime on this list because there's another question asking about my favorite anime specifically. So I'll talk about like actual TV shows. I would say I'll drop my probably my top 3, which would be, what is my top 3? Breaking Bad, Dexter, and Supernatural, I think. Breaking Bad is a classic. I love Breaking Bad. It was so well done. I love that show every step of the way. It was great. Dexter, I'm currently watching through. and I love every bit of it. Dexter memes are some of my favorite memes. They're really good. And Supernatural, I watched years ago growing up, and while I am the biggest hater of a series that goes on longer than 7 seasons, Supernatural holds a special place in my heart because I grew up watching it, right? I'm very glad that it ended, and I'm glad that it ended the way it did. I loved Supernatural. The characters were super fun, and it was just one of those series that you could jump into at almost any point, and you could just enjoy it whenever you did, right? I really enjoy Supernatural, as well as Dexter and Breaking Bad. Those are also really good shows. I recommend all 3 of them. However, Supernatural, being that it's super long, it makes it harder for me to recommend it to people. All right, favorite and least favorite food. I don't exactly know what my least favorite food is, but my favorite food, if I can include beverages, then it's milkshakes. However, if I can't include beverages, then chocolate cake is my favorite food ever. Mwah. Chef's kiss. It's great and delicious. However, for my least favorite food, probably anything peanut related or nut related in general, just because I'm allergic. I'm allergic to nuts. If I have any, my throat closes up and I cannot breathe and it kills me. So I'm kind of leaning on the belief that that's my least favorite food. What is your favorite hobby? My favorite hobby, I think, honestly, my favorite hobby might be story writing. If we're not relating to, like, content creation itself, then probably either story writing or, actually, yeah, no, I would say story writing, just straight up. Story writing is, because saying, oh, I like gaming is such a lame answer in my opinion. I really enjoy writing. I have written so many pilot episodes for a lore series that I've been working on. I've written so many pilot episodes because I have no idea which one is good and which one's bad. I have so many storyboards, right? I have a lot of unpublished books that I've written, some short, some long, because I'm not confident in my writing. But I really enjoy writing. I think it's probably one of my favorite hobbies. Writing is really fun, and because of it, I really enjoy dungeon mastering, or game mastering, or DMing for Dungeons and Dragons for my friends. While I wish I could be a player every now and again, I don't mind DMing because I really enjoy telling a story. Inspiration for channel name. Well, Alice is my name, so you have that part already. And Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite stories. So I was like Alice from Wonderland, but Alice from Wonderland itself is a little too basic, so you'll notice that my ats on some stuff is her Forgotten Wonderland, and it's supposed to be like this kind of mysterious vibe. There wasn't too much thought put into it. Altogether, it's technically supposed to be Alice in her Forgotten Wonderland, or Alice from her Forgotten Wonderland, sorry. But I mean, that's such a mouthful, right? So it's mostly shortened to Alice from Wonderland, or her Forgotten Wonderland, either or. Some people have started calling me Loser Girl as well, which I think is funny as well. Alright, next question. What is your opinion on pineapple with pizza? My opinion is that you're not real, and I'm moving on. Yuri or Yaoi? Yuri, easily. Moving on. Alright, I was really excited for this question. If you're your own Bloodborne boss, what weapon would you use and how would you fight? You can go in depth as much as you want. Just curious. Bloodborne's one of my favorite games, so I'm really excited to answer this. So, as a Bloodborne boss, I guess it's implied that I would be more of an NPC boss than anything. So my boss would probably work similar to Father Gascoigne, however. My weapon of choice would likely be, I don't know, with lore implications in play, right? I would say my weapon of choice would probably be Ludwig's Holy Blade or the Saw Cleaver. However, if it doesn't matter in the slightest lore, then my weapon of choice would be the Moonlight Blade, Ludwig's Moon Blade, whatever it's referred to as in Bloodborne. And my like fight style would be very it would be extremely reckless and aggressive in the first phase. The first phase itself wouldn't be very hard. I wouldn't use the sword's ability at all. I would just kind of swing it and dodge and swing and dodge and swing and dodge. But then in phase 2, I pull up my gun, my good old repeating pistol, because I love the repeating pistol. Then I would start fighting with the ability active of the Moonblade, and it would be more properly like Gascoigne fight. And then phase 3, because there's a phase 3, motherfuckers, fuck you. I would turn it into a almost puppet-like beast. I would have blood-like strings coming out of my back, as if that's where some puppet master would be able to control me from. I would have almost like blood-like cuts all over my body, where doll joints would likely be. I also imagine that I would have a command grab similar to Melania or Lady Maria. I don't know if Lady Maria actually has a command grab off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I know Melania does. But instead of like grabbing you and twirling you and tossing you up in the air, instead what I would do, I would likely grab you and spin around you on my legs for a second. I would like pull you in close like we're about to do a tango, and I would lean in looking like I'm about to kiss, but instead I take my cigarette out and burn it on your face. And then I like just toss you to the floor as I light a new one. I like that. It would be extremely silly, and I would love it. However, I don't think I have too much more. However, if I could have my own custom trick weapon, it would likely be something similar to the sort of the whirligig saw, but instead of it being like just a pizza cutter, it would be probably more closer to a longsword that can turn into a chainsaw. So its transformation takes it from a thin longsword to a bigger, beefier, jagged, serrated, damage chainsaw sword. And you would likely get that in my custom hunter fit for defeating me as a boss. That was a very fun question, thank you. Do you know / want to play any musical instruments? I actually can play a bit of the guitar. I took guitar lessons for a few years, and I can play a bit of the piano as well. I'm self-taught with the piano though. I'm able to play a few songs on piano, and I'm able to play a few songs on guitar. Though I haven't touched either in pretty much well over a year now, so I'd definitely be rusty on both. Maybe one day on stream though, I'll pull out the guitar for a fun little treat, but we'll see. How does it feel to have a community kind of spawn overnight? And also, do you have any plans on turning for community events? It's insane, honestly. Seeing all of you guys just spawn out of nowhere overnight, like a fucking mob grinder from Minecraft, it's crazy. I was not expecting the slightest, but I'm very much welcoming it, and I'm glad that there's so many people interested in me and in this channel. It makes me really happy to see. So thank you so much for your attention and your interest. Thank you, I appreciate you. And also, I do plan on turning, I'm assuming you mean like hosting. I am planning on hosting community events at some point. It's just not on my brain at the moment as a desire of something I need to do this right now. Just because I have so many other things that I'm currently working on, and a bunch of things IRL that I'm planning with family on my birthday and similar things. How many times can I say on this video? I've only said it a million times already before with the other videos. Can I reach another million with this video? Let's find out. But, fuck! God damn it! But I do plan on doing events. It's just not a priority at the moment, and I apologize for that. What's your favorite genre of games, and which is your favorite of that genre? My favorite genre of games is most likely Soulsborne games, and my favorite in that genre is Bloodborne. However, because I already kind of talked about Bloodborne before. My second favorite genre, or maybe even another, just one of my favorite genres in general, is survival horror. And while I can't exactly pinpoint which game is my exact favorite, I would say Amnesia the Bunker is a very safe bet. Amnesia the Bunker is such a fun game, and I really enjoyed it. And maybe I'll even play it one day for you guys. What's your favorite CSGO cases? The winning ones. Moving on. Favorite music artist? Charlotte and Amelie are both really good music creators that I really enjoy. There's another really small indie music artist that I really enjoy, but I'm not gonna list because I openly support them on my other account, right? And so I just don't want those two accounts crossing paths just yet. What's your favorite Hollow Knight boss / enemy? With the little bit that I do know of Hollow Knight, I would argue that it's probably most likely Mantis Lords. The idea that you have to fight and earn their respect to traverse further in the map is really cool to me. What games do you plan on making videos on? Please play Half-Life 1 and 2. I've actually haven't seen much of Half-Life. If you guys want me to play it, I definitely will. I'm not against the idea of it, but it just wasn't actually like an idea that crossed my mind before. However, I plan on playing both Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong. I at some point want to play through Dishonored on the channel, but honestly, besides those, I don't have many priorities on what to play currently on the channel. So if there are games that you want to see me play, there is a game recommendations or game suggestions tab in the Discord, in one of the forums. Go find it and recommend games to me. I do peek at that, and I will be using it for games to play after I beat Hollow Knight and Silksong. How many toddlers do you think you could beat in a fist fight, no breaks? That is an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking. I have thought this all figured out, right? I got this all figured out. I thought about this before in the past, right? If we were talking about weapons, then oh my god, it's an easy sweep, right? Now this implies that there is no end to them, right? And this isn't like a Call of Duty wave system. This is just a forever horde that just never stops, that just never lets up. So once you get like cornered, that's game over for you, right? But there is a strategy to this, right? This is a very simple question, right? Now, I'm much faster than a toddler, right? So I can always outrun them, and I actually surprisingly won't get that tired because, you know, they're fucking toddlers. They'll be tripping over themselves more often than not as well. So all I need to do, right, assuming that toddlers have no sense of like fear and they just charge at you like mindless zombies, what you gotta do, you gotta find yourself a nice funnel, nice thin funnel with an escape route only you can access, such as maybe some rafter up in some building, right? If you can get up to a rafter point and you can like slide down like a curtain or a chain or something, that's your escape route. But they can approach you from one side of the rafters, right? And then you just fucking kick them off like little gnats, right? Boom, 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 boom. You just fucking kick them. Like you do in the zombies in Dying Light. But maybe that's a little too easy for them though, because then maybe like they grab your leg and then they pull you down when you kick them, right? If we can include weapons, any form of chain or rope would do the job just fine. If I could get myself a chain off of like a swing set or something, oh my god, it's game over for them. They're gone. They're dead, right? I get a chain, and I'm going to town. I'm just spinning in a circle with that fucking chain. They never get close to me, right? But what do I do when I get tired? Simple. I just fucking run. Because again, they're toddlers. What are they gonna do? Catch up to me? A 20-year-old woman? No, I don't think so. Well, almost 20 years old. My birthday's on Monday. What are they gonna do? Catch up to me? I don't think so. And also, if we can include weapons, does that include cars? Can I run them over, right? Because then they stand no chance. I'm gonna assume weapons and cars and vehicles and that stuff is off limits, because they did say fist fight. So, with my fists exclusively, I think if I could funnel them into maybe like a slide could be another good escape route, right? Let's say I'm at a playpen or like some play set, right? if I have a one-way access towards me, that I can like hold on to the sidebars and just start like kicking them in the air with my feet, that's easy, right? And then the moment I'm realizing this is hairy, I gotta dip, I can jump over the side of the playset and just start running, or I can slide down and I can escape. Easy, this is so easy. But if you're looking for a definitive number, I don't got one. However, I can give you a time and I'll last at least 4 hours. Easy, tops, right? I could go forever, I think. But 4 hours is my minimum. I bet my top is maybe 12 hours before I start getting like, properly tired. And then once one gets on me, then it's gonna become a problem of like, how do I shake them off? And then, oh shit, another, oh god, oh god. And then before I know it, I'm overrun, right? It's one small mistake and it's game over. That's a fun question. Thank you so much for asking. Oh, my head's getting lightheaded. Jesus, how? Why? I hate it. Is this a psyops? You know too much. You now shall be eliminated, sacrificed to the blood gods. Blood for the blood god, blood for the blood god. Do you actually smoke? If so, what's your pack of choice? And if not, then why the smoking motif? I do not smoke, and I do not condone smoking. Smoking is a very unhealthy habit. Those things will kill you, you know. But, the reason why I go with the whole smoking motif is because A, it's an aura farm, right? I think smoking looks cool. Even if it's really unhealthy for you, I do think it looks cool. But B, I know a lot of people who do smoke, right? Even while I don't smoke myself, and I probably never will, I would lie if I said I was never tempted necessarily to smoke. But I don't necessarily have a proper answer other than I think aesthetically it looks nice, and I think it's an aura farm. But if you do smoke, I couldn't really care, right? But I do not support nor condone smoking. Or condone? No, I think that's like disagreeing. I do not support smoking. It is very unhealthy for you and is very bad for you, right? I do not support it. Longsword or uji katana? What kind of sword do you like more? Which you prefer in general? I'm much more a longsword person than I am a katana person. Longswords are very cool to me. I love longswords. I think they aesthetically look cooler. However, katanas are arguably the bigger aura farm because of how stylish they are in media. Design-wise, I prefer longswords though. Are you leaning to any other languages? In rules, it says to stick to English as it helps with moderation and is Alice's practically only language. These are practically makes me think that you're learning another language. That's super cool. Which ones, if any? I'm not currently really learning. I'm trying to get back into learning because my friends is taking a class for it and are giving me their resources for it, which I really appreciate, by the way, if you see this. But, about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, I knew someone who was teaching me Japanese. And so I can somewhat read, I believe it's katakana. Maybe it's hiragana. I can't remember which one they were teaching me. I think it was katakana. It was definitely katakana. I can somewhat read katakana, and I can very roughly, very poorly speak Japanese slightly. I want to get back into learning it. I haven't done it with Duolingo because Duolingo was terrible for it, I know. But since now that one of my friends is taking a class for it, and now I'm getting resources for it, I want to get back to learning it. Even if the person that originally was teaching me is no longer around to teach me Japanese, I still want to learn it because it is a very fun language. You know, I have the notes here actually from when they were teaching me. I have one of the notes right here still actually. I know how crazy it is. I have folded paper next to me. Oh god, I haven't tried saying this in months. Let me try this. I haven't tried saying this in months, so I apologize if I butcher it. But if I read it, Watashi no name wa Arusu desu. That is what I've written down. I used to practice saying that a lot because I mean my name is literally in it, right? Figure it out. If you know what it says, you know what it says. I'm not gonna spoil what it says though. It's nothing crazy. I apologize if I butchered that. I haven't said it in so fucking long, right? And I haven't practiced in God knows how long now. So I thoroughly apologize for how badly I likely butchered it. But I am currently, again, trying to relearn what I already learned in Japanese so that I can learn new stuff in Japanese. So I am currently trying to learn Japanese. I hope that answers your question. Are you sure you want to get rid of us when the big 26 hits? Honestly, no, I'm not. Though that was pretty apparent from the first day. I feel like when a lot of people start showing up, I started being like, oh wow, maybe this is something that I'll actually stick to. It's not definitive that I stay with it. I don't want to make that seem like the case. This actually ties into another question that I saw. Which, is there a threshold to where we won't be a threat of, we won't be a threat of getting kicked out like unwanted pets? I'd imagine I'd be the sub goal, but I'm not too sure. That's not exactly an easy question for me to answer because balancing two different channels at once is strange and something unforeign to me. And admittedly, I'm putting more eggs in this basket currently because I want to see what can come from this channel currently. So I'm putting more effort into this channel than I am on my main currently, which I do need to find a healthy middle ground between the two. But there isn't necessarily a very distinct threshold, but it's more of a, how am I going to feel by like October? I'm gonna see in October how I feel about running both channels, and then proper decisions will be made then. And then when January 1st comes around, the decision will be revealed, or it'll likely be revealed at Christmas if I decide to close the doors or not. But around that time, it'll be properly officially revealed if I'm closing the doors or not. Or maybe I'll say, like, when we hit, like, Halloween or October 1st or something. But, like, hey, you guys are a lot more than I thought you were going to be. I'm staying around. You guys are stuck with me, right? It is a very real possibility, and it's growing more possible by the day that I do stay, right? I don't want you guys to be worried that I am disappearing, but I don't want you guys to be mindful of it. But also, if I were to vanish one day, it wouldn't be a sudden bye and then leave. You guys would know about it a few weeks beforehand at least. But also, again, if that does happen, I would mention what my other channel is and link to it properly so that you guys would be able to follow if you so desired to my other side, to like my other like main channel, side channel, whatever you want to refer to it as. So I apologize that's not necessarily an easy question for me to answer, but that is the best I got for you right now. What fictional character would you adopt, and what ones would you let adopt you? Fictional character would I adopt? What character would I adopt? It's a very tough question. I don't think I have a proper answer for what character I would adopt personally. However, question that I can answer is what character would I let adopt me? Would most likely be someone like Aegis from Persona. I really like Aegis, right? She would protect and cherish me, right? I love Aegis. Aegis is a really great character. I really like her. However, if we're looking more in terms of a proper guardian, Sojiro from Persona 5. Sojiro is a great guy. I love Sojiro. Even if it took half a year for him to warm up to Joker, Sojiro is a good one. I actually have a great answer for this, and I apologize. Favorite candy? My favorite candy would probably either be Starbursts, Jolly Ranchers, or Sour Patch Kids. One of the three. Favorite meme? Any Dexter meme, honestly. I really like Dexter memes. Dexter memes are really funny. Um, are you are collabs planned with VTubers? If so, is it possible to suggest other content creators? I would love to do collabs with other VTubers. However, it is not necessarily a priority. But if you guys would like to recommend certain VTubers for me to look into and maybe reach out to for some collabs, let me know. There's no promises for any collabs with this channel, but it is something that I am open to. Which weapon would you choose? Dual daggers or a giant hammer? I do love both. Both are very silly. I do love my swift, elegant daggers, but I do like my big, heavy bonks. But inside, at my heart, I know I am a dual daggers user. I've always been a fast dex user, as opposed to a big, tanky hammer girl. However, I do see the appeal of both, and I do enjoy both, but I prefer having the dexterity. Any favorite characters in media, from games, shows, etc.? Ronnie, the Plain Doll, Revenant, I guess Crow, Dante Silverhand. Notice how several of those are dolls and from soft characters. I know there's definitely more, but that's all I'm gonna list right now because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? 5 years in the future. Top 3 anime of all time. I would say probably my top 3 anime in no particular order would be Kaguya-sama Love is War, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and Black Butler is pretty good. I really liked Black Butler. I don't know if it is one of my top 3, but I'm listing that because I can't think of any other anime for some reason. Alright, I'm gonna answer 2 more now because my throat's parched and we have officially hit 1 hour of recording. Favorite VTuber song? My favorite VTuber song is Call Me King by Annalie. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, actually. Last question. Have you played any gacha games before? I remember her mentioning gacha in her Yap Fest, but I wonder if there is one that you like the most. And if so, will you stream it in the future sometime in the future? I actually do play some gacha games. I play a bit of Genshin every now and again, but I don't really anymore since I pulled for Farina. But if Hu Tao comes back, I'm definitely pulling for her because I really want Hu Tao. Shocker, right? I play a bit of Zenless Zone Zero, and I play a bit of Persona 5 X as well. But I think maybe my favorite gacha game. Oh, I also play Nikke Goddess of Victory every now and again. Because of the Chainsaw Man collab, I got Makima. I think there was a 2B collab recently that I missed, which is sad. But I think my favorite gacha game that I play is Brown Dust, because, admittedly, I'm a bit of a gooner. I'm not gonna lie. I like women. Women are really pretty. I'm a little gay, guys. I'm just a little bit gay, you know. I do like men, don't get me wrong, but oh man, there's some real appeal to women and boobs. Women are so pretty. Women hips. Oh god, I love them. Will I ever be streaming Brown Dust though? Probably not. I know there is a couple other gooner like gacha games that VTubers play that I should look into. Maybe I will play them briefly, right? But that would not be like my staple go-to game. Nor do I want it to come off like that's what I want my channel and content to be like. They're very gooner, like mature games, right? And maybe I'll do like one stream of them in the future at some point, maybe, but currently that is not the vibe I want for this channel. So I'm gonna steer clear of them for now at least. Oh man, my throat hurts. I talked way too much. Thank you so much for all your questions. I appreciate them. I know there's a lot that I didn't get to, and I really apologize. There's just so many here that I can't get to them all, honestly. I'm currently been recording for over an hour now, and I have to edit this down to a moderately reasonable time. So I don't know, I'm probably gonna cut out some questions as well, unfortunately. But also, there were just some questions that I didn't feel comfortable answering for personal reasons or family-related reasons, right? Nothing against those questions themselves. I appreciate people asking them, but I myself currently just didn't feel comfortable enough to answer some of them, and I apologize. So if I didn't get to your question, please don't take it personally. It's just, for the most part, I just ran out of time. My throat hurts now. But thank you so much for everyone who asked questions. I really appreciate it. Again, I don't necessarily plan on tossing you guys out when January hits. It's just more so a thing of I want you guys to be fully aware of this may not be a permanent thing, but the more we grow and the more time passes, the more I go to appreciate this channel and the community it's grown, right? And I don't think that's something I plan on getting rid of, but I'm not making anything set in stone. I just want to make that abundantly clear, right? But thank you for supporting me and giving me the time of day. I'm sure you can hear my voice is starting to break and crack. It hurts. But thank you. I appreciate you. Other than that, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Next week, I'm not entirely sure what the video will be yet. It'll likely not be a yap video. It'll likely be something else. Or maybe it will be a yap video because those are easy. God, I don't know. I just have so much on my plate currently, and I really apologize. Whatever it is, I hope you guys look forward to it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. However, next week, next Saturday, as well as the video, I plan on doing the first live stream. That's not entirely set in stone. If you want the proper updates to it, follow the Twitter, join the Discord. By Tuesday, I will have a proper plan set in stone. But that is the current idea of a plan right now, is to stream on Saturday. Not this Saturday where this video is uploading, but next week, when the next video goes up. So if you want to be there when I stream, go follow the Twitch. Link will be in the description below. Hopefully I can do those now. There will be a pinned comment with a card where you can go and find out my socials. Thanks for being out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna cut this off now before I start yap too much. I appreciate all the support that we've gotten so far. It's been insane, really. Thank you so much. I love it. Mwah. Thank you. I gotta go edit this video now. So, thanks for listening. I will see you guys next week. Join the Discord if you wanna catch me between videos and streams. I'll see you very soon. I've been Alice. Bye-bye.